Hello and welcome to Crowforest Reviews. Today we are going to be looking at Toy Story of Terror. Yeah, I'm done with my long box of the damn narration. Anyway, wow, the lighting really sucks. Anyway, I guess I really should address the elephant in the room. Oh, what? I couldn't fit a full-size elephant in here. Not with all this Halloween crap. So anyway, last time I talked about the beloved kids movie Toy Story, and well, the results have been rather good times. Yeah, but for some reason people didn't seem to like my interpretation of the movie, and they also seemed to take issue with my calling it Disney's Criminal Minds, which, come to think of it, would make a pretty awesome crossover. Ah yes, I can just see the intro now. And thanks to crappy editing, you can too! Wow, I'm just digging myself in deeper now. I should probably stop. Anyway, getting back to the point, I thought what better way to appease the fan base than to review another movie in the same franchise, but give this one a more positive review. And I figured that if I say that this movie is scary, no one can be upset with me, because it's supposed to be scary. So, with that in mind, this is Toy Story of Terror. So we start off with a woman who looks suspiciously not very toy-like being chased by a vampire who also looks suspiciously not very toy-like. Wait, did I put in the wrong movie? No, it turns out that it's actually the toys watching a movie. That's actually kind of a clever setup. We'll ignore for the moment that watching a movie in the trunk of a moving car makes no sense. As they're watching, the car hits a bump in the road, and Jessie gets knocked into what looks like a toolbox and gets locked in. This causes her to panic, and her friends come to rescue her. They get her out with little to no effort, but she's still pretty shaken up by what happened. Turns out that the bump in the road is actually a tire going out, and as a result, they have to pull over and find a motel to stay in for the night. After asking her mom, Bonnie gets her toy bag out of the trunk and takes it inside, bringing our protagonists into this classic horror setting along with her.
You know, we have a little saying around here, at the Sleep Well Motel, you're gonna sleep well.
Okay, that's quite possibly the strangest scary villain quote I have ever heard. Anyway, Jessie is continuing to act like a stereotypical damsel in distress that plagues this kind of movie, and everyone else is acting like this is perfectly normal. Seriously? Did none of these people see Toy Story 2 or 3? Well, I suppose they did need someone to fulfill those cliches. So, yada yada, standard horror stuff. Mr. Potato Head wanders off, the others follow, they find a secret passage, they get split up.
This would be the part where the characters get separated and then picked off one by one.
Yeah, having you outline all of the cliches that you're going to use was funny at first, but eventually you get to the point where you realize that just saying that something is cliché doesn't actually make it any less cliché. So let's see, what haven't we done yet? How about a dramatic chase scene? Buzz, Woody, and Jessie are the only three left, and they are running for their lives from something. It's too dark to see what, but they dare not hang around long enough to find out. But it's no use. It has them cornered. They try to fight back, but it's no use. It's Mr. Potato Head's arm? Cliche? Yeah, I totally saw that one coming a mile away. So the arm tries to communicate with them, as arms do, through the very complex sign language of pointing up.
It looks like it's trying to tell us something. What is it, little buddy? I think he's using some kind of hand signals.
It's the number one.
Oh, no, one letter.
One syllable. Once upon a time.
1 + 1 is 1.
I think maybe it's pointing up.
Up.
Yeah, of course.
I just love how even though Jessie's written as a complete damsel in distress in this movie, Buzz and Woody are so stupid in this scene that she has to revert back to her original character of the only smart one just to get through this situation. Jessie. So classy she outclasses everyone else, even when the writers won't let her have any class. So anyway, they finally go up into the obvious tunnel that Mr. Potato Head's arm has clearly been pointing to the whole time. And what does it lead to? A shower. Spooky. So they rappel down from the top of the shower, and Buzz and Woody leave the room. But before Jessie can follow them, she's stopped by someone calling to her from behind. Startled, she whirls around, but the only thing there is a toilet.
Spooky port parties.
Huh. I never thought there would be a situation where that clip would make sense. Kudos? I'm really not sure that's something to be proud of. But no, it wasn't the toilet after all. Big surprise, I know. It was actually a toy behind the toilet. It turns out that another toy, Combat Carl, was hiding under the sink, and he gives Jessie some very cryptic third-person advice.
Combat Carl's seen things. Horrible things. Combat Carl's learned. You gotta keep moving, or else they find you.
Are you Combat Carl?
First logical question of the movie. So Combat Carl and Jessie talk for a while, Combat Carl continuing to refer to Combat Carl in the third person. But then, out of nowhere, Combat Carl is dragged off by a shadowy figure. Jessie tries to escape, but the figure catches up with her and drags her away too. But in dragging her away, the identity of the shadowy creature is finally revealed. A lizard. And the cliches continue to pile up. I mean, really? Come on. The person to drag people away in the middle of the night is always a lizard. So anyway, Walking Cliche takes Jessie to the manager's office. You know, the one who delivered us that creepy awesome line earlier.
You know, we have a little saying around here. At the Sleep Well Motel, you're gonna sleep well.
Yeah, that one. And in an absolutely shocking twist, it turns out that the creepy manager is evil! Not only that, but it turns out that the manager has been kidnapping toys for years to sell on the black market eBay. Oh wait, this is the Pixar universe, so I guess that would be the black market by and large. So Jessie is put in a locked display case along with her friends after being put up for auction by the manager. The toys try to break out, but without success. And before they have time to try again, the manager comes back in to check on its bids, only to discover that Woody has sold for $2,000. Oh, sorry, I guess it's e-bid.
What started out as a classic horror film has turned into something more of a tragedy.
Shut up! That stopped being clever 13 minutes ago! And we're only 13 minutes into this thing! The manager comes back in when Jessie gets an offer also. He takes her out of the case and is about to box her up to ship when the tow truck guy interrupts him. Oh yeah, I'd forgotten there was a flat tire in this thing. That was the main plot MacGuffin, wasn't it? Jessie goes to get Woody out of his box, but the delivery lady gets to him first and loads the box onto the truck. Getting desperate now, the toys scramble to come up with a new plan. Buzz suggests that they should all make a break for the truck and rescue Woody,
But Mr. Potato Head reminds him that they are all still slaves of that all-powerful taboo against being seen. So it's all up to Jessie. And now we come to Jessie's big defining character moment of the movie. Learning to refer to herself in the third person.
Jessie never gives up. Jessie finds a way.
Wow, that's kind of a letdown. No big dramatic hero moment? Nope. Just learning to refer to herself in the third person. Well, I guess that's about all we can expect from a girl in the climax. So Jessie manages to save the day through some Deus Ex bullcrap or something like that. Honestly, if you care, you should just watch it. So to make a long story short, they all get out okay, and they all get back in the trunk of the car to finish their trip. But we just can't end this without another stupid Mr. Pricklepants quote, now can we?
Group laughter. A sure sign that the worst is behind us and the movie is just about over.
So, this is the ending?
Yes. I'd say they'd be running the credits about now.
Ha ha ha. This movie was not as good as I expected it to be. Don't get me wrong, I'm not saying that there's nothing to enjoy here. As a Pixar production, the animation is still top-notch, and the story here is actually pretty good. Where the movie falls flat is with the characters. And for a franchise that has given us some of the most beloved characters of all time, that's pretty hard to overlook. But while Pricklepants was annoying in this, it's Jessie's characterization that I really take issue with. I get the feeling that the writers were trying to write an empowering story arc for her, with Jessie ultimately saving the day at the climax. But if that's the case, then they really didn't do it very well. Jessie was already a strong female character, so making her regress back to damsel in distress just to make the contrast stronger is really counterproductive. But hey, maybe they were all just role-playing for Halloween and the spooky setting. Anyway, not a bad movie, and I would recommend it for the animation and the setting, if not the characters. Until next time, here's our kid-friendly clip of the day.
You know, we have a little saying around here. At the Sleep Well Motel, you're gonna sleep well.
What are you doing here? I already finished my Halloween review. You will pay for what you have done. What? You call this a Halloween episode? Well, yeah, it was all scary and crap. How dare you have a Halloween episode and not invite me? Well, clearly I didn't really need you. It turned out just fine without you. Insolent boy, you'll know me better. Reviewing my movie. Reviewing your movie? I'm not reviewing your movie. I have a theme here, and the Phantom of the Opera is not part of that theme. So unless you can show me a Lego version or something, we're done here. But that is precisely the one I wish you to review. Well, the joke's on you, dummy. There never was a Lego Phantom of the Opera. Oh, but there was. And that is precisely the version I wish you to review. No. Even if there was a Lego Phantom of the Opera, which, you know, there wasn't, I've already done my Halloween review. Maybe next year. You will curse the day you did not do all that the Phantom asked of you. Alright, fine, I'll do it. Jeez. Never do that again! Well, I guess join us next time for the Halloween episode.